Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Sephora haul plus first impressions. I've been testing out all the products that I purchased so that I can kind of lump this all together in one video. So let's first start with the first product that I picked up, which has kind of been getting a lot of buzz. It's the Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation. I got it in the shade Fair Y130. It's a great match for me right now. They have a lot of foundation shades and I was having a really hard time finding my shade or trying to decide on one, but I made a good pick and this works really well for me. It's what I have on today. You always know I got a lot of thoughts when I start with a big old sigh. I had high hopes for this foundation. It is a very long wearing foundation. It says youthful look, 24-hour foundation. Okay, 24-hour foundations, specifically like very long wearing foundations, the downside to them often is I find that they're very hard to blend. Like they really stick to the skin, especially when you're first applying it. Obviously you want it to stick to the skin and last if it's supposed to be a very long wearing foundation, but for blending purposes at the beginning, it makes it very difficult. I used my damp beauty blender. I tried a buffing brush. I was able to move it around, but if I had any dry patches, it would completely emphasize the dry patch. It really pulls apart like in my T-zone. And it's just, I mean, the coverage is beautiful. It does last all day, but it's just too much of a high maintenance foundation. It doesn't blend seamlessly. And I just found that it wasn't really suitable for my skin. I have more normal skin. Sometimes it's oily, sometimes it's dry. But I feel like if you have oily skin, this would probably be a little bit better. If you have dry skin, no, run, do not pick this up, run away from it. Because I really think, unless you have like a really strong face oil and your skin is exceptionally hydrated, I don't think this would work for dry skin. If you have dry skin and you love this, please let me know. I always like to hear different opinions and people that have tried it and kind of given their thoughts on it. So overall, it's not a win for me. However, I did have to mention this. I did take some blog photos, like some outfit photos for my blog wearing this foundation. I remember looking at the photos and I was like, my skin looks so nice. It looked very even, smooth, velvety, airbrushed, not too matte, not too dewy, not too shiny, not too flat. It was a really nice foundation for photos. Obviously not with flash, we were outdoors, but it really came across quite nicely. So I thought I would just mention that, but this was not a win for me. Okay, moving on. My favorite dry shampoo, the Kerastase Powder and Bluff, right? Yeah, that's what it's called. I think it's called Powder and Bluff, is being discontinued. Someone suggested the Kerastase Volume and Powder VIP was replacing it, so I think I have it, so I'll have to try that. But I've been on the lookout for a new dry shampoo. I really like the Elizabeth and James Nirvana, but I had picked up the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day dry shampoo. This got tons of good reviews on Sephora. I am still on the fence about it. I'm still testing it out, so I really can't give you, I'm giving you my thoughts anyway on it because I obviously have tried it for a few days and I can't tell if I like it or I don't. It does really help to, soak up the oil on my scalp. I do see it on my scalp a little bit, so I really have to use just a small amount and rub it all around and kind of almost dust out the excess. The reason why I'm on the fence is it still makes my hair feel a little dirty. Like I have a problem because I have such an oily scalp. When I use dry shampoo, my roots and the base of my scalp can feel like sludge. That's the only way to describe it. Like I put my fingers in it and it just sticks and it feels thick and I just can't run my fingers through my hair. The Kerastase one does not do that. The Elizabeth and James for me does not do that. But this felt very thick. And it says it actually cleans hair, eliminates oil, sweat, and odor. Maybe it's a little bit thicker, I don't know, but I just found that for my oily scalp, it's just a little too thick and making things feel a little too dirty. It does give me some volume, but it's the kind of volume where my hair just feels dirty and it's a little bit difficult to manage. I'm still gonna give it another few days to see if I change my mind, but as of now, this was not a win. So kind of disappointing there. All right, what else do I have here? Oh, I picked up the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Glow Stick, the new one for summer. It's actually what I have on my cheeks here. I used it kind of along my cheekbone as a contour and then kind of blended it up so it could be a cheek color. So let me show you the two sides. We've got the bronzy side. That's what I'm using on my cheeks right now. And really beautiful. The color is not too dark. It's very, very light, has some shimmer to it. And then this side is very bright. So I can only use just a smidge of this. I didn't use this today, but just a smidge on my cheeks. I feel like this color would look a lot better come summertime. I don't think it would look as good in the winter. I like it more. I like bright colors like this on my cheeks when I have more of a spray tan and I'm wearing more bronzy looking makeup. This was a little too bright for me for every day for now. The bronze shade I really liked. I did have some problems at the beginning kind of blending it out because it sets very quickly. As soon as I put it on, I made the mistake of doing both cheeks and then blending one out and blending the other. And by the time I got to the second cheek, I was really struggling to move the product. It looks like it would be very creamy, but surprisingly, it dries down quite quickly. I was almost thinking that it was a no for me, but then I decided, let me just try one cheek at a time and blend that out and then move to the next cheek so I can work, immediately. And that really, really helped. I found using a buffing brush worked beautifully rather than using my beauty blender. And I'm liking the contoury bronze look that it's giving me on my cheeks. And I feel like it's something I could use almost as a base before I apply other things or just a cheek color in itself. And I do love the brighter color, but like I said, it's better for me for summertime. I like colors like that in the summer. Next, I picked up the fragrance. I picked up the Replica scent in Beach Walk. If I've never tried a fragrance before, I like to pick up the rollerball, so it's not a huge commitment. And I have not tried any of the Replica fragrances. I've smelled some in store. None really ever wowed me too much, but I was intrigued to try the Beach Walk. I wanted kind of a summery scent. The notes are bergamot, coconut milk, lemon, pink pepper. There's some cedarwood, musk, ylang ylang. This is not a me scent. It's too powdery. It's too floral. I had hoped it was a little bit warmer or just a little bit. I like it a little bit warmer or a little more citrusy or a little bit richer, but kind of a powdery just an overall kind of powdery scent. And it felt very delicate and floral. And those are not scents that I typically prefer. I'm wearing it now. Even wearing it on my skin, I'm not loving it anymore. So sadly, this was not a win for me. Oh my gosh, I know my Sephora order is not looking too good because I didn't have too much of a win with these things, but take your chances. Okay, I picked up the Givenchy Mr. Light Instant Light Corrective Pen in the shade number 2. I love this. This is a great highlighter / concealer. And there's some brands that do, I'm wearing it under my eyes today. It's very hard to see. Yeah, I have it under my eyes today. It's not exceptionally bright, so it's not a shade. I think there was one shade lighter than this, but I wanted something to kind of give me a little bit of brightness, but not be too light where I have like a significant difference. I didn't want too much of a brightener. I love the formula. It's very smooth. It disappears instantly into the skin. It does brighten the eye area while also concealing. And a lot of sometimes products similar to this do one or the other. Like the YSL Touche Éclat, that actually is a brightener. I worked for the brand for 7 years, so I am well-versed in the Touche Éclat application, the selling points, all of that stuff. And the one thing we always used to have to educate our customers about, people are like, I need that concealer. And I'd be like, I mean, you may use it as a concealer, but just know that it doesn't give you a significant amount of coverage. It is more designed to be a brightener, you know, to kind of highlight the planes of the face. This I found gave a lot more coverage than that, and really, but still was very brightening. So this was a major win, and I'm really excited that I picked this up. I haven't tried that before, but it's been on my radar for a while, and that was a win. Okay, I picked up a refill of my Dior, what is it? Dior Show mascara. I forgot that this mascara takes a little bit of time for me to start loving it, because I wore it the other day and I was like, oh, it's making my lashes so separated, full, but very separated, but not very thick. I like it to be very, very thick. And then I forgot that the formula takes a bit, meaning that whenever I start using this, I only start to like it after about 2 to 3 weeks of using it, when more air is in it and it starts to get a little thicker. That's when I really love the way it looks on my lashes, because the first time I'm using it, the first couple times I'm always like, it's not enough thickness and drama for me, but it's still one of my favorite mascaras ever. I picked up the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. This is what it looks like. I get it in the shade, oh, it's just one shade. So it's just a kind of invisible powder. I was really intrigued by the Hydra Mist. So I thought it's a powder that's probably very hydrating, and it just has a little kind of screen right here. You just like tap your powder puff or your brush on the screen, and this is beautiful. Absolutely a stunning setting powder that I would say would probably be great, especially for drier skin, because obviously if you have drier skin, using type of powders on top can really make it look drier, emphasize fine lines, but this does not. Because it has the hydrating aspect to it, it really kind of blurred imperfections. It helped mattify my skin, but not make it look flat. It was a nice setting powder, and for oily skin, I didn't find it was exceptionally mattifying. Perhaps pressing it in with a powder puff could make it a little more mattifying. But if you're exceptionally oily and you need something to mattify the skin, I don't think this would be the best fit. But if you're looking for something just to set your makeup, to kind of blur imperfections, but still look a little hydrating on the skin, you don't want your skin to be too flat, this would be beautiful. And yeah, like I said, I think it comes only in one shade, because I'm looking at it right now and there's no color attached to it. So it probably only comes in one shade. Though I'd be curious if the shade is really universal. Like Laura Mercier Universal Setting Powder, that truly is universal for all skin tones. If you've never tried it, it is one of the best setting powders out there ever for any skin type and any skin tone. I have friends of all different skin tones, and I've used it on people of all different skin tones over the years, and it always disappears right into the skin. So if you've never tried that one, highly recommend testing that out. All right, I picked up 2 lip colors from Bare Minerals Gen Nude Patent Lip Lacquer. And I picked up these 2 shades. One is called Yas. I love it. The next is called Bestie. Yas is this kind of beigey color, and Bestie is the pink shade. Let me remove what I have on so you can see it. These are, I was intrigued by the lacquer aspect, and I thought to myself, lip lacquers can either be beautiful and thick and glossy and smooth, or they can be a little too tacky. These are tacky. They really are. They are a lot of coverage though. And so for a lip gloss, in essence, I wouldn't consider this a liquid lipstick. It's more of a gloss just with a lot of pigmentation and a lot of coverage. It really sticks to the lips. This adheres to the lips. I can feel it almost like suctioning to my lips. And the color is, I didn't like this color, sadly. I'm like, this isn't really for me. It's too brown. Very shiny, very glossy. There's not, I would say it falls on a scale, it's probably like a 6 on the tackiness, 10 being super tacky. It's past the halfway point though. Your hair is definitely gonna get stuck in it, but it is very long wearing. I have worn these for the past few days and I was shocked at how long they lasted. I think that's probably the lacquer aspect of it. They're obviously a little more pigmented than a gloss, not quite as strong as a liquid lipstick, but they're going to last longer than a lip gloss. I'm gonna show you this color. This one was Bestie, right? Bestie. This is a gorgeous rose color, but quite pink. And once again, I have a hard time applying it. I think if you have exceptionally full lips, applying glosses like this or liquid lipsticks is much easier. I do not, so it's a little bit harder. It's a very pretty color. It's a little more of like an amped up neutral rose. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, it definitely comes, you can really see it, and it is quite pink, but it's not like Barbie pink or too dark. This would be a gorgeous everyday lip color for those of you that want, you don't maybe wear a lot of makeup, so you want your lip color to be everyday and natural, but you still need it to kind of carry your entire face because you're not maybe doing a lot of eye makeup, a lot of cheeks, but you need your lip color to kind of stand out a bit, but still be suitable for daytime. This would be a perfect option if you can get past the tackiness and stickiness. But like I said, if you do wear your hair back most of the day, that's even more of a win because then you don't have to worry about it getting into your lips and you can just enjoy the long wearing glossy finish and not have to worry about all the other maintenance aspects. The color though is, this one I really like. The other one was a little too beige for me. And that's it. Those are all, that's my recent haul. So I hope this was helpful. I'll link everything that I talked about down below and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.